Okay, so I want you to try this. This is something I talk about a lot in how important mindfulness and meditation can be. Because when we are mindful, when we've been doing meditation, our brain is trained to be able to do this practice really without thinking about it, um, and not having to put a lot of like intention behind it. We just become trained to do this, and it's so, so powerful. So here's what we're going to do. Um, if you think about a situation where you felt stressed out or overwhelmed, which might be right now, might be an hour ago, might be yesterday, whatever it is. If you think about that situation and you think about what it did to your body and how you felt and how you showed up, what did that look like? Um, Sorry, I'm getting these little pop-ups saying there's something wrong with the video again, so hopefully there's not, and you can see me. But if you think about that, did you react or did you respond? And there is a difference. So when you react to something, you are not really doing it with any intention or purpose. It is the body's natural reaction. So usually that's stressed out, overwhelmed, anxious, fearful, doubtful, like whatever those things are, that comes out. And usually we're in fight or flight or freeze mode. And so what comes out of us is out of the body's reaction to stress. Is that the best? Not usually. Usually we end up having those knee-jerk reactions. We end up, you've probably heard me say this before, but we end up doing and saying things that later we might not feel the best about, and it might not make the other person or people feel good either. So what happens if you respond to something? When you respond to something, you are doing it with intention. You are taking time, putting space between you and the stressor or the trigger or whatever it is that happened, so that you can think about how you want to respond. Usually we can slow down that stress stuff in the body, and then we can think about it. We can process the situation. We can take all perspectives and aspects of it into consideration and then respond in a way that we mean to. And this, I know if you're like, okay, what's the difference? React, respond. It's kind of difficult, but I know if you think about a situation in your life, it will all start to come together. So what can you do to change your situation from reacting to responding? And this actually came up in a meditation that I was doing, and it's something I've heard before a number of times, so not something new, but I wanted to share. So you're actually going to stop, okay, as an acronym, STOP. S is stop and pause. So whatever that thing is that has triggered you or instigated those feelings, stop, pause, take a few deep breaths. It is absolutely amazing what a couple of deep breaths can do for the body. Tons of science behind it, tons of physiological things that happen. But when we take a deep breath, we tell the body, the brain, we're okay. Like it's a signal that happens, and the brain is like, oh, you're okay. I don't need to overreact. Then O is for observe. So observe and check in with yourself. What are you feeling? Why are you feeling it? Where did it come from? Like whatever is coming up for you, observe that. You don't have to overanalyze it. You don't have to put a ton of thought into it, but just observe it. Like what's going on? how am I feeling, whether it's physiologically, like you're feeling tense, or how am I feeling emotionally, what's happening. Observe that. And check in with yourself. And then P is for proceed into a space of responding. So then, only then, once you've stopped and paused, taken a few deep breaths, observed and checked in with yourself, then you proceed. And then you can respond. If we get to the point where you can do that every time that there's a stressor or a trigger, we won't have that guilt of saying something we didn't mean. We won't have that anger and frustration about how we handled it, because I've been there, like not perfect. I am not going to say that I do this stop every time, but I do it a lot more now than I used to. And it does come to me more often when I start to feel triggered by something. I can react and blow up and lose my cool, or I can take a few seconds, 10 minutes if I need, an hour if I need, a day if you need, like whatever it is, and just come back to it with a much better perspective on how we should respond. So this can apply to yourself. Sometimes we get in our heads and our responses are negative and we beat ourselves up. This could be at work. This could be with your kids, with your spouse, your partner, whatever it is. That might be even traffic, driving, like something's setting you off, creating that reaction in your body where you're just like, oh, I'm going to lose it, right? Promise you it helps tremendously. So think about this the next time something comes up for you. Share with me here if you have any like experiences that you are like, yes, that's what I needed. That's what I should have done. Next time I'm going to do this, because share that with me here so that, I can help you. I can give you additional support, whatever it might look like, because we all do it. It's part of being a human, honestly. So I'm here to support and help you. Let's have some conversation about this. I feel like it's something that we sort of brush under the rug because we're like, I don't want to admit that I overreacted. I don't want to admit that I blew up unnecessarily or that I took my feelings out on somebody. I don't want to admit that, right? But we've all done it, and there's power in knowing we're not alone in handling these things and having some tricks to maybe do a little bit better next time. All right, that's it. We'll chat soon.